So I want to tell you about a call I went on as a paramedic. Not a dramatic one, not a crash or a cardiac arrest. Something quieter. A woman in her 40s, high-powered job, the kind of person who on paper had everything together. She'd been working 12, 14-hour days for months. She'd been telling herself she was fine. She'd been reading the mindset books, doing the routines, optimising her sleep, her nutrition, her productivity. And then one morning, she couldn't get out of bed. She wasn't depressed, she wasn't lazy, she wasn't lacking motivation. Her body had just stopped. She called us because she thought she was having a stroke. Her limbs felt heavy, her chest felt tight. She couldn't think straight. She was convinced something was physically wrong. And we checked her, obviously. Heart rate, blood pressure, blood sugar, everything. And she was physically okay. She wasn't okay. Her nervous system had been running on emergency mode for so long that the emergency brake had engaged. The parasympathetic system had slammed shut. Body was refusing to mobilise any more energy, so there was none left. Now, she wasn't having a stroke. She was burnt out, and she didn't believe it. I want to be precise about what burnout actually is, because we use the word loosely. We say we're burned out when we're tired, when we've had a busy week, or when we need to go on holiday. But burnout isn't tiredness. Burnout is a physiological state. It's what happens when your stress response system, the HPA axis, has been activated so frequently, so long that it stops functioning properly. Cortisol, your primary stress hormone, gets dysregulated. At first, it's elevated all the time. You're wired, anxious, unable to switch off. Then over time, it drops. Your body stops producing it in sufficient quantities. You can't mobilise energy. You can't focus. You can't feel motivated. And the mind, feeling this lack, tells you that you're lazy. You're not trying hard enough. You need a better mindset. You need more discipline. You need to optimise something else. But it's not a mindset problem. It's a body problem. I see this all the time in the self-help world. Burnout is framed as failure of thinking. You need to think more positively. You need to set better boundaries. You need to say no more often. You need to work on your mindset. Those things, they do help. I'm not trying to say that they don't. They don't fix a nervous system that's been running on empty for years. You can't mindset your way out of a body that has stopped producing the hormones you need to function. You can't positive think your way out of adrenal dysregulation. You can't visualise your way to a properly functioning HPA axis. The body doesn't care about your mindset. The body cares about rest, recovery, and safety. The downregulation that allows the system to rebuild. If you don't give it that, it will take it. Like the woman who couldn't get out of bed. Like the paramedic who collapsed at the station after a 12-hour shift. Like the nurse who developed an autoimmune condition after years of night shifts and no recovery. The body will always win. Really quick before we carry on. As you can see from my analytics, a lot of you watching these videos aren't actually subscribed. So if you're enjoying the content, please hit that subscribe button. It only takes a second. It's completely free and it really helps the channel grow. While you're here, check out my book by scanning the QR code on the screen. If you've got Kindle Unlimited, you can download it completely free. Or if you prefer a physical copy, that's available too. And don't forget to follow me on all my socials for daily motivation, extra content and behind the scenes updates. Right, let's get back to the video. I want to talk about what burnout feels like before that collapse. Because there are signs. The body is always signalling. We don't just listen. Irritability that seems out of proportion, the sleep that doesn't refresh, the coffee that stops working, the exercise that makes you feel worse, not better. And even the social events that feel like obligations, the hobbies that feel like chores, the constant low-grade illnesses, colds, infections, stomach issues that never quite clear up. These are not character flaws. These are physiological signals. Your body is telling you that the stress load exceeds your capacity to recover. And that allostatic load, the cumulative wear and tear on your body from repeated stress, is reaching its threshold. And if you keep pushing, the threshold will break. Not because you're weak, because you're human. Now here's what I think happens. We live in a culture that worships productivity, that treats rest as laziness, that measures worth by output, that tells us we can have it all if we just work hard enough. Most of the time we believe it. We push through the tiredness, we override the signals, we caffeinate, medicate, meditate our way to the next deadline, the next achievement, the next proof that we're enough. Our bodies will pay that price. Not immediately. The body is quite resilient. It will adapt and compensate. It will keep going on fumes, on adrenaline, on cortisol and willpower. Adaptation is not the same as health. The body that adapts to chronic stress is not a healthy body. It's a body in survival mode. A body that has forgotten how to rest because the rest was never safe. Because there was always more to do. Because stopping meant falling behind. Because worth was conditional on output. And then, one day, the adaptation fails. The system crashes. The energy disappears. The motivation evaporates. The body refuses. And we call it burnout. As if it's a personal failing. As if we should have managed our mindset better. When really, it's the inevitable consequence of a system that demands more than the body can give. Now, I want to talk about recovery. Not the Instagram version, not the spa day, the yoga retreat, the digital detox weekend that fixes everything. I'm talking about real recovery, which is boring and slow and frustrating. Recovery is sleep, not optimise sleep, just more of it. Going to bed earlier, staying in bed longer, letting the body do what it does without interference. Recovery is food, actual food, eaten regularly, not grabbed between meetings or replaced with caffeine. Recovery is movement, not exercise for performance, not the thing that makes you feel accomplished. Just moving, walking, stretching, letting the body be in motion without demand. Recovery is social connection, real connection, not networking, not productivity adjacent socialising, just being with people who don't need anything from you. Recovery is doing less. That's the hardest part, because doing less feels like failure, like giving up, like admitting you can't handle it. When really, doing less is the only thing that allows you to handle anything at all. Now, I still get this wrong. I still push, still override, still tell myself I can handle one more thing, one more deadline, one more video, one more late night. And my body reminds me, tight chest, the shallow breath, the irritability that leaks out at the wrong people, the sleep that doesn't come or doesn't refresh, the signals. And I'm learning slowly, messily, to listen before the collapse. Not because I've mastered it, because I've seen what happens when you don't. So here's what I want you to take from this. If you're tired, rest. Not because you've earned it, not because you've been productive enough or deserve to have a break, because your body needs it. Because rest is not a reward for output. Rest is a requirement for function. Because burnout is not a mindset problem, it's a body problem. And the body will always win.